Hey guys, and welcome back to another energy update. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the new moon in Capricorn we are having on December 23rd. We are also going to be talking about how on this day there will also be a portal opening, and then make sure to stay tuned to the end because we will be doing a pick a card for your moon message during this moon season. So let's talk about what's going on. We have a new moon in Capricorn, like I said, December 23rd, and it will be at 10:17 a.m. Central Standard Time. So there are 5 major themes that came up that we are going to discuss today that are going to be very important to know what's happening in this moon. But before I jump into that, I do want to talk about why this is also a portal. So it is actually happening on the 23rd, right? So 1, 2, 2, 3. This is positive movement forward. This is actually like this annual reset, and I don't even mean that in the sense of, oh, we're about to go into a new calendar year. Me personally, I don't align with January 1st being the first day of the year. If you guys are familiar with my channel, you guys have probably heard me talk about why the spring equinox aligns with the first day of the year, astrologically speaking, seasonally speaking, and the natural year speaking. So even though we are we are near the end of a calendar year, does not mean, at least in my belief system, that we are starting a new year. So, but this is some kind of annual reset. I do want to highlight that around this moon because what's happening with this portal, and this is the portal, this is not so much the moon that I want to talk about. This is allowing us, okay, we went through a whole bunch of retrogrades that started end of April. We had like 5 planets in retrograde, slowly starting to get out of retrograde in October. We also had a couple of retrogrades. No, we had Mars. Mars went into retrograde at the end of October, even as some were going back station direct, and Mars had to slow down a little bit as well. And so what I do want to say is I mainly feel this more astrologically speaking with this portal, that all this slowing down energy, all this integration energy we've been going through, all of this, it's like the last piece of the puzzle is coming into alignment to finally make it stick, make it glue, because the 1, 2, 2, 3 is moving forward, positive acceleration, a lot of growth, but it feels very much entangled with what's been happening since, I will highlight probably April. End of April is when I'm kind of picking up on when this all kind of started. And little by little, we've been closing out chapters and releasing and saying some goodbyes. It doesn't actually have to be a final goodbye, but just moving on. It can be goodbye to parts of yourself, things you've transmuted, things you've transcended, things you're letting go of, things you've released, whatever it is. But I kind of feel like there's this last little puzzle piece because I see the jigsaw piece and I want to like shove it in there. And it hasn't been quite time, and I've been trying to like close out this chapter and close out the cycle and trying to like end all of this, and it hasn't been time. But what I do want to say with this portal in particular, this portal is allowing that puzzle piece to finally gently slide in and close that final chapter, that final goodbye, the final ending, that final release, that whatever it is you need to say goodbye to, right? Maybe you've got some stubborn weight. Maybe you've got a negative mindset. Maybe you've been procrastinating. Maybe there's an ex you're entangled with, whatever it is. Maybe it's time to leave your job. Like whatever it is, and go find one that's more passion. You're more in alignment with your passion or purpose. Like whatever that final piece of the puzzle is, it's probably going to have to do with more with you. But it can be anything because this is something that's been going on over the last several months. And it's like, oh, things finally quickly got the last jigsaw piece. I get it, right? But here's what happens. That piece of the puzzle is going to go into the puzzle piece. I'm sorry, the puzzle piece is going to go into the puzzle. It's going to sit there for a moment. I'd probably say 7 to 10 days before it's that final click, aha, release, what's going on. So, and it's interesting because 7 to 10 days, we will be having a portal again on January 1st. So there will be another portal. This might be the in-between period. My cat playing in the curtains. This might be the in-between period before we launch off, because we'll have 2 portals next month. So stay tuned because I'll be talking all about those as well. But this is just, it's sealing it. That final, when we get that final, maybe it's bits of information or whatever it is, but what that final puzzle piece is, it goes in and then it needs to settle. Sometimes that dust has got to settle for a moment, and that's probably what's going to happen when that puzzle piece goes in before we can launch off into this new energy, because it does want to close out something big that we've entangled with around someone else or something else, or again, it might have mostly to do with you, but take that as it resonates, because all of our puzzle pieces are going to be a little bit slightly different. Like what I'm closing out will be completely different than you, okay? So if it has to do with you, it could be mindset, limiting beliefs, stuff like that. But That's what's going on in the portal. So what I do want to say, when the portal happens, set some intentions of something new you want to start, or something that you're releasing. Maybe you've been feeling this heavy burden and you want to let go of guilt, or there's something maybe lower vibrational, fear, shame, remorse, resentment, anger, frustration. Like if you've been feeling angry over the last few months, like, I don't know, 7 months-ish, whatever it's been, release it and then work on what you want to bring in instead. You could definitely set some intentions. I will say, working with this portal, what I would suggest is working with the divine white light. There's different lights and they activate with different chakras, and there's a different time to use them, but this one is more like white light because I feel like we're going in more clarity and truth and new beginnings. So I'd work with the white energy. If you have any white crystals or white candles or white incense, anything like that, you can work with that stuff. But it's a little bit more upper chakras because heavy burdens, heavy energies are being removed, and they're being replaced or transmuted or alchemized or whatever you want to say with more love and light energies. But we had to go through this little cleansing period. We've probably been going through this cleansing period for 7 months, and it seems rather like harsh, and it seemed like it was an uphill battle, and there's a lot of negativity that's being removed. What I want to say with this is, like I'm saying, we're going to move forward with the 1, 2, 3 portal. 1, 2, 2, 3 portal. Yeah. Okay. So that's what's going on at the portal. Now let's talk about the 5 major themes that are happening in the collective around this new moon in Capricorn. Okay. All right. So first thing I want to, sorry, I like channel these and I write them down, and I hadn't really tapped into what I wrote down. Blockages are being removed. Interesting enough, that's the first one. That's so interesting because I really felt that with the Capricorn energy, but that's so beautiful how it does entangle with the portal as well. So blockages, here's what I want to say. The blockages are being removed, but they're like slowly being removed. And so patience is needed because of these blockages and whatever they are to you. It's a process. Like, this is not one of those things like bam, overnight success, and bam, overnight I have my answers, bam, overnight things are working out. This is a little bit gradual energy and thing that takes time. So a lot of patience is needed around this time. Don't worry, I can like see the light at the end of the tunnel. And so I think the blockages is like, the answers you need are coming. The blockage is being removed, but sometimes it's like I have to like slowly untangle myself from this situation or this person, whatever, to get to it fully being removed. Because it does feel like if I go in and just rip out all the blockages, it's going to leave a big hole. We don't want that big hole of negativity where lower vibrational energies can seep in. So it's like little by little, this blockage is being removed, and this blockage is being removed, and this blockage is being, it's like a thread. I can see it being pulled out. This blockage is being removed, and this blockage is being removed, and this blockage is being removed. And as I slowly remove, the more clarity and sight you're going to see around another person, place, or thing, whatever this is entangled with, whatever your personal blockages are, whatever's been standing in your way, this obstacle or challenge, it is slowly being removed. So just have patience at this time, a lot of trust in the process, because it's this chapter is not over with someone or something, whatever this is. It's just a slow, gradual, I need patience, I need time, to maybe even to heal, but don't worry, because it is being removed, and it's like that burden is being released a little bit more and more every day. It is slowly happening, but just trust that it's happening. Okay. The second thing I want to talk about is what chakra will be affected, because there's always some kind of energy that aligns with the moons, with the chakras. And so sometimes you might be more sensitive in the root versus the third eye, or overactive or underactive. And the throat chakra does need some nourishment at this time. So what you can do, I swear I did not plan this, but this is like a throat chakra shirt. So you can wear some light blues. You can any blue crystals, candles, incense, stuff like that if you want to work with. Lapis that came up, blue lace, agate, aquamarine, any blue crystals, angel light, celestial light, any light, any blue crystals, but light blue is the throat chakra. You can work with these at this time. They seem really soothing. Other things that you might want to do is warm bubble baths can come up. You could do it with some Epsom salt. Align your bath with the crystals. Light some candles, even if you have some blue candles. Blue or white. Blue or white is like really highlighted this time. These are the two energies. But yeah, I mean, even connecting with the water this time. Water is going to be really good for the emotions. But the throat chakra, it's interesting. I was trying to pinpoint where it's at. Is it going over? Is it going under? Is it going over? Is it going under? Communication might be highlighted this time. But you know what it kind of feels more like? It's not like, oh, somebody's coming in and we're talking and we're getting closure, I'm getting clarity. The communication feels like it's coming from within, that you're figuring out the answers, that like those answers that you're looking for, it's like, oh, communication I got from my spirit guides, I got from my higher self, I got from my angelic beings, like whatever it is. So it's like really listening, because that throat chakra, this is your throat chakra, not meaning that don't be looking for the answers outside of yourself and then somebody else to get this clarity and closure. I'm not saying that's not a possibility, but as I tap into the throat chakra being affected by this moon, it's more about you connecting with your truth, and just really listening and seeing the signs and synchronicities that are showing up. So really tuning into the throat chakra. You can even do like a throat chakra meditation and kind of like release any blockages, balance out the throat chakra. Journaling is a good thing to do with throat chakra, releasing stuff like that. But the throat chakra is highlighted at this time, meaning it needs some soothing. It needs some attention. It just needs some healing, because it's trying to get its back in its balanced state. But again, it's more about you and your communication versus you communicating a truth to someone or somebody communicating a truth to you. Communication you're looking for, listen, Spirit wants to give it to you. So go inward, find those answers there. Reflection is a good time too. It's a good thing. So the third thing that came up is, so I don't want you to do anything. You be your own intuitive guru, but this is, let me rephrase that, right? The third thing that came up is trust your heart, trust your gut, trust your intuition, right? So, and when I say heart, I don't mean that the heart chakra is going to be affected this time. It's not one of the things that came up. Like literally listen to your heart. If this is a head versus heart and your head is telling you one thing and your heart is telling you another, this is a really, 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 I want to highlight, direct time that you want to listen to your heart, get out of the head, especially over the next 30 days, because the head is leading you astray and it's not leading to this correct answer that you're looking for. If you are weighing up options, head versus heart, you really need to tune into your emotions and your heart, what's really going on, and let go of whatever story you're telling yourself. Like really close your eyes, put your hands in your heart, take some deep breaths, breathe into your heart. What do you feel? Not what do you think, what do you feel? And that's going to lead you the answer. Trust your gut. That's the other thing. Like, what are you feeling? We get gut feelings. Don't overthink them. Oh man, I was feeling that. I knew that. No, trust their gut. Like whatever's going on at this time, trust that innate wisdom that someone or something is trying to guide you towards, right? You're maybe a spirit guide or something, but trust your gut. You already know the answers. The other thing is trust your intuition. That's more third eye versus the solar plexus, right? But what are you intuitively feeling? Maybe it has to do with someone or something. I'm not sure what this is, but this is a time to not think, but to feel. What do you feel in your heart? What gut feeling do you have? What is your intuition telling you? Like, tune into the spiritual side, tune into your emotions, tune into your feelings more than what your head is telling you, because I feel like it's going to kind of lead you astray. And it might end up in a situation of regret in February. That's just what I'm picking up. I don't know if that's going to relate to all of you guys, but this is really a time to trust your heart, trust your gut, or trust your intuition. Trust all three, right? Because some people lean more in, I'm very intuitive, or I trust my heart, trust my gut, but all three kind of came up. So take that part as it resonates, but trust the feelings more than the thoughts at this time, okay? Now, the fourth thing I want to talk about is it is not too late to make amends. Forgiveness is very healing. And so if you're looking up releasing some old blocks, forgiveness can be a way to do this. It can't even be self-forgiveness. It's interesting because when this came up and it was like, it's not too late to make amends, was this like, oh my God, my ex reached out and he wanted to apologize and I needed to forgive him, or I needed to make amends, we get back together. To be very honest, I don't necessarily see this as a reconciliation energy. It's almost a closure energy instead. Because you can go make amends and release and forgive and apologize, but it doesn't have to lead back towards, like, it feels like it could lead back to old behavioral patterns. So that's why it's like, I don't necessarily see this as I'm sorry, please forgive me, let's get back together. It's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, let's move on. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I need to heal. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I release. It's like making amends for closure. And it can be within you if you're holding on a lot of like self-hatred or self-guilt or self-resentment or whatever you need to apologize for yourself. Like, let it go. Like, Forgiveness is always about for self, guys. Forgiveness is always for self. It's never for anybody else. You're going to feel energetically lighter. You're going to feel freer. Like, it's a good time to release those blocks just for yourself. Like, it's not even about the other person. Like, I'm sorry, but who the hell cares? And I don't mean that like insensitively. I mean that in the importance of like saying this is a time to make amends for you because it's needed for yourself. Yourself needs this amends. Let go and forgive. Say your apologies, whatever it is. But there doesn't mean... I don't necessarily see this as a road to like making amends for uniting people back together. It feels more for closure for self, if that makes sense. So that's what I picked up as the 4th theme. And the 5th theme that came up today with this new moon in Capricorn is the freedom you seek. Well, the answers are within. The answers are always within, guys, but they're really strongly pointing at that right now. And I'll tell you, I actually really resonate with the 5th one too, because I was like, okay, it's this little bit of stubborn energy. Here's how I'm channeling it, and this is going on in the collective at this time, right? Ego, the mind, like me as the person wants the answers, and I'm looking for a sign, some synchronicities. I'm looking for somebody to tell me what's going on. I'm looking for somebody to fix my problem. I'm looking for somebody that's going to come with a solution. And like, here's what you're worried about, and here's the answer. Like, don't worry. And like, spirit ain't communicating right now regarding this, because they want you to go within. They're like, literally, you already have the answer. You already know what to do on this. Trust that innate wisdom. That's probably why, with the blockages are being removed, we need the patience to trust the process. That's probably why we also had to trust our heart and our gut and our intuition with the 3rd one, right? And even in throat chakra, talking about like, okay, are you seeing the signs and synchronicities? Maybe because you're overthinking them, you're actually not. But here's the thing. The answers you need are within. So trying to set these intentions and trying to get clarity and trying to get truth. Like, the best way I can get you guys the answers is what's coming from your guides, right? Is to do a meditation. Silence the mind. Go connect with yourself. Go connect with your soul. Go connect with your higher self. Like, go connect with your spirit guides, whoever you need, but go within. Go within to get those answers. Because the answers you need, you already have. It's not going to be, oh my God, I watched a Staria's tarot reading and she gave me all the answers. Not today, not with this, right? Whatever freedom you seek, the answers you need are within. So we're going to have to go within. We're going to have to silence the mind. We're going to have to do a meditation. We're going to have to, whatever you can do to get the clarity. You're looking for some clarity and truth here, okay? And so sure, there might be some signs and synchronicities that are leading the way, but it's not going to be, sometimes that sign comes in and really blatantly obvious. It's right in front of your face. You're like, oh, that's, thank you, Spirit. That was so clear. Like, thank you, right? It's not necessarily going to be like one of those. And any signs of synchronicities you might be getting, you might be seeing them, but you might not be trusting them. Because again, it's not enough. Show me another sign. Show me another sign. And so Spirit's like, I really want you to figure this out on yourself. There's a lot of soul growth attached to this. So it's all about you right now at the Earth this time, to be honest. Like, all of the 5 themes has to do with self. There's not too much about anybody else going on. Like, this is really a time about self, which is beautiful because, listen, we just went into the winter solstice on the 21st, and this is a time to slow down, reflect, and integrate, and go within, and release the blockages of the year, and transcend, and transmute, and alchemize, and it's really about self. It's like hibernation and reflection time. So I love that all 5 themes are really more about self, because sure, we can connect to the spirit guides and get the answers by quieting the mind to a meditation, but you're going to go within to do that because you're going to get yourself away from people, places, and things. You're probably going to turn off all the distractions, no TV, no music, whatever. I mean, maybe if you listen to frequencies while you meditate, that's fine, but like, you're going to spend some quiet time alone. That's how you can get the answers you need within. I'm not saying you can't get them from spirit, but they're probably not going to come from a physical person. Right? It's like you keep pulling that same tarot card and it's not making sense. So you keep reshuffling. You're like, why can't I get the answer? Why can't I get the answer? Why can't I get the answer? Because they want you to go within and get the answers. Do some reflection. Journal about it every day. Like, whatever you need to do to go within and find the answer, that's where your freedom is going to come. That's where your clarity and truth is going to come. Because clarity and truth, to be honest, like, that's what I would call this moon, the moon of clarity and truth. Because you're looking for clarity and truth about someone or something or yourself or whatever it is. And the only way you're going to get this clarity and truth is if you go within, right? This is what it's feeling. So this is what I have for the 5 themes that are going on during this new moon in Capricorn. Now we're going to do pick a card. So I want you guys to decide on a number between 1 and 3. And this will be your moon message for this new moon in Capricorn. So, and I will have timestamps in the description of the video below. If you guys chose card 1, here is your new moon in Capricorn card. Your commitment is being tested. I like that. I like that. I always relate this with Saturn, and it's interesting how we talked about the retrogrades, right? Saturn was one of those retrogrades that happened at that time. And so again, it's like, here's the thing. Okay. We learn by trial and error. So Saturn came in to teach us a lot of structure and discipline and tested our patience and a lot of stuff. And it felt like the tower came crashing down. But what it actually is happening, it's giving a chance to rebuild new belief systems, recreate, reconnect with our own values and who we once were, or reignite, like who we are on a soul level, like remembering who we are on the soul level. So all of this frustration, all of this, the world is against me, all of this, it feels like I'm running out of time, all of that has probably been going on for several months that I talked about with the retrogrades, but I'm telling you, this is all coming to a close. This is all coming to an end. And so there is a freedom. I feel like I can take a sigh of relief, a breath of fresh air. There is a lot of light-hearted, more energy coming from getting out of a more turmoil energy. So this is ending, is what I want to say. This feels like it's ending, okay? Card 1. If you chose card 2, here is your moon message for the new moon in Capricorn. Okay, well, I guess you get in 2. Okay. All right, so we have confidence is your key to success. The new moon card, I love it. Ooh, and we have 2 new moon cards. Expect powerful change. Okay, so these might work in conjunction with each other, because the second we stop believing in ourselves and we lose that confidence and we're losing our will, we lose our motivation, we're not believing in ourselves, I don't think I'm good enough, I don't feel worthy, I'm getting stuck and stagnant, and I'm feeling that's like stuck energy blockages that are going to be trapped in chakras and more minor chakras. But again, all of a sudden, I didn't believe I could do it, so it didn't work out, right? Whether you believe it to be true or not, whatever you believe is going to kind of create your reality, right? What's that law? That's that law of attraction thing. Whether you believe law of attraction is real or not, the universe will continue to show you that truth. What do I mean by that? If you don't believe law of attraction is real, you ain't going to see it happening. It ain't real. Your belief is powerful, right? But if you do believe in law of attraction, you're going to continue to see it working and working and working. And so that's what I'm saying about your belief systems. If you're feeling confident, and you're feeling worthy, and you're feeling motivated, and you're feeling accomplished, and you're feeling determined, and you're feeling good about yourself, you're raising your vibration, then you're up here, and so the universe is going to come match you vibrationally with more good, confident, worthy, self-admired, like beautiful energies, right? And so that's going to be your key to success, and that's going to break through all these blockages that feel stuck and stagnant, like locked in the minor chakras that are like holding you back, because it's just like stuck and frozen in time. And here you are repeating old behavioral patterns and old, you need to build new neural pathways with this. And so that's why I also feel that like that is going to be your key to success. Your belief in yourself, your belief that you are confident, you believe, just keep doing it. Like fake it till you make it. There's a lot of truth in that, right? What do I always say with affirmations? Like say the opposite of what you feel, and then you'll start rebuilding the brain and building new neural pathways, because you may not feel that way, but if you get your brain to believe it, then you can actually become it. Because the brain can't tell the difference between real or not. So you start saying those false narratives about yourself. Well, you don't believe, like I don't believe I'm confident. I don't believe I'm good enough. I don't believe I'm worthy. But you start saying I'm worthy. I'm good enough. I'm confident. I'm beautiful. I'm self-esteem. I have self-esteem, like stuff like that. And then it does build those new neural pathways where all of a sudden, oh, I am successful. Dang, look at me, I'm successful. And it breaks through those blockages, that is stuck, stagnant energy, and this, bam, powerful change will come from that. So it might be a good time to start working on the new neural pathways. Start with the affirmations. Belief in yourself is key, okay? That's how you're going to get through all these changes, is believing you're good enough and worthy and confident. So stick in that high vibe energy, stick with that confidence, okay? Okay. You chose card 3. This is your new moon message for the new moon in Capricorn. Okay, that was like 5 cards. That's too many. Let's just try to get just one. Okay, all the cards are jumping out. Here's what we're going to do. Here's interesting. One flipped over, and I don't know when it flipped, but I'm going to shuffle this. And a lot of energies. Let's try this again. Beautiful. Let's get one quantum jumper. There it is. Beautiful. Emotions are running high. Yep. Okay, powerful time. But what I feel with this is a powerful time to release, 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 release. And emotions can be running high at this time. The card is a supermoon, and that is a really intense time. However, this is an intense time astrologically speaking, because just everything that's going on. We've got the winter solstice, and then we have a 1-day break before we jump into a new moon. And on the same new moon, we have a 1, 2, 2, 3 portal. Then we have another portal on the 1st, and then we have, like, things just keep going, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going as fast. And because things have been going and they've been progressing, like, vibrationally, emotions can be a little bit high. They might be a little bit erratic at this time. You're probably just very sensitive. You could be an empath. So you may be really sensitive around moons. Be very grounded at this time. Anything that comes up during this time, release it, transmute it, transcend it, give it to the angels, ask them to transmute it into love and light. It's a good time to, hey, I'm really emotional. I feel like I'm going to cry, and I don't know why. And I'm just like, I'm not on my period, so I'm extra emotional right now. It might be the moon. Guys, it might be the moon. Especially if you're like, maybe you're a guy. Guys don't get their periods. Sorry. A little blunt, whatever. But guys don't get their periods. And it's like, well, I'm not really emotional the last 3 days. Out of nowhere, right? Okay. Maybe it's the moon. Okay. The moon affects the tide. It can affect your emotions. So all of that can be going up. And whatever's going on, it's a good time to release it. Release whatever's showing up for you right now. Good time to release it, let it go, because it comes to the surface to be released. So anything you're feeling is validated during this time. It could be really strong emotions, and you don't know why. You might feel a little erratic. You might feel a little bit like mood swings, whatever it is. It's fine. It's normal, because things will even out. But things have been progressing really, really fast. And you are raising your vibration really, really fast. And just be aware, this may not be the only time you're going to be extra sensitive around the moon. So what I would say is get a moon calendar. So you know when there's a new moon, you know when there's a full moon, and just say, hey, I know at this time I need to stay extra grounded. I need to make sure I get plenty of sleep, that I'm eating the right foods, I'm taking care of my body, my mind, body, spirit alignment. So this way, going forward, that you know, hey, I can actually track this and see I'm just really emotional around the moons. Because you're releasing. Allow the stuff to be released. It's a huge, 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 huge. Like, I feel like literally, like, this is your emotions and they want to shoot out and be released. So release it. Release it. It's no longer serving you. Why are you holding on to it? A great time to release this, okay? All right, guys, that wraps up today's new moon portal energy update video. And if you got anything out of this video, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button this way. I know you got something that resonated. If you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. There's a bell too. I want you to hit the bell and turn on all notifications. I don't want you guys to miss out on any upcoming messages. The next message just might be the message that you need to hear today. All right, my loves. Thanks so much for watching. Till next time.